Today isn't any ordinary day for Shiba Inu. Blackrock just shook the whole Shiba Inu community and the entire crypto space. They bought millions in just a snap. But here's the thing. Analysts are pointing out something odd. Around 3 trillion Shiba Inu have been recorded also at the same time. And this might actually be the missing piece to the puzzle. What is happening? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Today is actually wild for Shiba Inu. The price? Yeah, it took a dip. No denying that. But what's strange is how the community is reacting. You'd expect panic, but nope. It's the total opposite. People are fired up. There's this electric buzz going around, and honestly, it feels like something big is brewing. The price may have dropped, but the hype? It's climbing fast. Things feel out of control, in a good way. So here's where it gets interesting. BlackRock, the massive asset manager, just made a move that no one saw coming. They went in hard. Millions of dollars poured in, and that's not just any buy, that's the kind of move that turns heads across the crypto space. When an institution like BlackRock starts throwing cash into a token like this, it's not just a random bet. It usually means they see something the rest of the market hasn't caught on to yet. But wait, it gets even crazier. Around the same time, there's been this massive wave of Shiba Inu moving around. Almost 3 trillion tokens recorded in just 24 hours. That's insane. It caught everyone off guard. People in the space are asking the same question right now. Is this connected to BlackRock's move? Are we witnessing something way bigger behind the scenes? Now you might be wondering, okay, that all sounds exciting, but what about the price today? Is it reflecting all this hype? Well, not just yet. One analyst broke it down, and to be honest, he didn't sugarcoat it. Shiba Inu took a pretty big hit recently. The price sank hard, but found a little breathing room. Not at the top, but somewhere more stable. Since then, it's been slowly climbing back. Not in a straight line, not skyrocketing overnight, but building momentum with small steps. Each dip is a bit higher than the last, which is actually a good sign. It means buyers are starting to step back in and hold their ground. The trading volume on these upward moves? It's all right. Not explosive, but steady. And that's the part that gives hope. It's not just hype. It's not just noise. There's some real pressure building underneath the surface. Like a spring being pushed down, and once it pops, it could launch. But here's the thing. Even though the price has been moving a bit slower lately, there's something really big happening behind the scenes that you need to know. Shiba Inu is starting to show real signs of life again. And this time, it might just be the whales making their move. According to some fresh on-chain data, there's been a massive spike in large transactions involving Shiba Inu. We're talking about the kind of movements that usually only happen when big players, like institutions or mega holders, are stepping in. In fact, the total value of these huge transfers has shot up by nearly 2.5 times in just the last 24 hours. That's not a small bump, that's a wave, and it's got people buzzing, wondering if this is the start of something serious. These large transactions usually track anything over $100,000 worth of Shiba Inu, which means it's not just regular retail investors jumping in. This is whale territory. And when whales start moving this much, this fast, it's usually for a reason. Here's why it matters. Shiba Inu's large holder activity had been kind of quiet for about a week. After hitting a huge peak earlier this month, it stalled out. But now, out of nowhere, things are moving again. That kind of sudden burst of activity often points to one thing: accumulation. Basically, the big players are stocking up while the price is still relatively low. And that's what makes this moment so interesting. When whales quietly accumulate, it's usually ahead of something big. Maybe they're positioning for a breakout. Maybe they know something the rest of the market hasn't caught on to yet. Either way, the fact that we're seeing this much movement, especially when the market still feels a little sleepy, is a huge clue that something major could be coming for Shiba Inu. So while the charts may look calm on the surface, under the water, there's a storm of activity, and that's exactly how big moves start. And speaking of big moves, something massive from BlackRock has just been recorded today. And trust me, this isn't the kind of thing that goes unnoticed. BlackRock, the world's biggest asset manager, just bought nearly $250 million worth of Bitcoin. That's right, over $200 million poured straight into Bitcoin. This isn't a test run, this isn't some small bet. This is serious capital from one of the most powerful financial institutions on the planet. And when a giant like BlackRock starts moving that kind of money into crypto, it doesn't happen by accident. It usually means they're positioning ahead of something big. But here's the crazy part. At the exact same time, another huge move was caught in the wild. A whale just longed Bitcoin using 20x leverage, opening a position that totaled almost $200 million. That's not just confidence, that's aggressive conviction. Someone is betting huge that Bitcoin is about to rip upward. You don't throw down a play like that unless you're really sure, or you know something the rest of the market doesn't. And now, think about what's been happening with Shiba Inu lately. All those trillions of tokens moving around. All those large transactions out of nowhere. The sudden surge in whale activity. Could this be connected? It really makes you wonder. Are these big moves in Bitcoin and Shiba Inu just a coincidence? Or are the smart money players quietly positioning themselves before a major shift in the market? Maybe they're seeing something we can't. Maybe they already know that a massive wave is coming, and they're stacking their chips before it hits. Because if you look at how much money is being thrown around right now, it doesn't feel random. It feels like preparation. The signs are all there. Institutional money moving in, leverage bets being placed, whales accumulating while prices are still low. It's the calm before the storm kind of energy. So the question is, are we on the edge of something bullish and explosive? Because if this is the setup, then what comes next could be one of the biggest moments for Shiba Inu this year. And even if you look at the long term, Shiba Inu is actually looking brighter than ever. Even with all the short-term price action bouncing around, the bigger picture is telling a whole different story. What's really exciting is the fact that interest in Shiba Inu isn't dying down. In fact, it's still growing strong. Just today, Shiba Inu hit a huge milestone. The number of unique addresses holding the token has now gone beyond 1.5 million. That's not just a number. It's a sign of how wide the community has spread. More and more people are getting involved, holding onto their tokens, and becoming part of this growing ecosystem. And here's the thing. The more holders there are, the stronger the foundation becomes. It's not just about price anymore. It's about distribution, adoption, and creating real network strength. When Shiba Inu gets into the hands of more people, it helps fuel the entire ecosystem, from supporting future decentralized projects to improving liquidity to making everything feel more connected and alive. As this holder count continues to climb, the vibes in the community just keep getting more bullish. It's like the energy is building day by day. The Shiba Inu army isn't just holding, they're expanding. And that kind of organic growth, that's exactly the kind of thing that sets the stage for long-term success. So while some people might just be staring at the charts today, the smart ones are looking ahead. Because what are we seeing now? It's laying the groundwork for something way bigger. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Shiba Inu update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.